Older and Dumber.
Hello and welcome to Older and Dumber, the podcast about three dumb friends just trying to make it on this planet we call
Stylized.
Which could it be?
It is on Earth. It's in Italy.
Stylized is in Italy, which is on the Earth.
It is.
True.
Carter has brought us a topic today,
Wow.
so he's going to be taking over this episode. So hit us with it, brother.
So the main question I basically want to ask, this is the first segment, is Arc Raiders the Fortnite of the extraction genre, or is it not? And we are gonna compare things, and we're gonna go through and have discussions about some topics, and basically try to come to a consensus whether or not we think Arc Raiders is the Fortnite of extraction shooters, or is it gonna do what Fortnite did to battle royales, basically. And we will sort of start with why do we? Is this sorry?
No, you're good.
I've never done this before.
They both came from an indie developer.
Yeah, they both came from an indie developer that started as something different that changed before it released. I don't know if everybody knows, but Arc Raiders was actually going to be only PvE before release. Does that sound familiar? Fortnite. I don't know if anybody knows this, but
It was a tower defense.
was going to be a
Not
tower.
tower defense.
It was going to be a tower defense. It was like a survival
Oh.
wave tower defense.
No, I'm saying when it released, it was what was In the Mist? No, what was it called?
survive the.
Night of the Zombies.
It was like a survival wave game, yeah.
So I think people think this way about Arc Raiders right now.
Break the storm.
Arc Raiders is doing something very different than its predecessors. Predecessors of in the extraction shooter genre, I would say are Escape from Tarkov is the main one. Then there's Hunt Showdown, which I feel mixes a little bit of battle royale and extraction shooterness, and then there's Arma 3 had a lot of popular servers that were just extraction shooters.
DMZ.
So yeah, DMZ, I guess. And I feel what
Come
Arc
out later,
Raiders
yeah.
is doing that's similar to Fortnite is they're making the game more accessible to a larger crowd of people.
Tarkov's too crunchy for him.
So here's a question for you, because a lot of extraction shooters, the biggest thing about fear of entry is gear fear.
Yeah.
And I think the first question is whether we actually think Arc Raiders has solved gear fear or if it's still there.
I feel it's less so there. I feel also a big thing with Escape from Tarkov and all these other types of games is the environment is more scary tonally. In Escape from Tarkov, you don't even go in with a map, so the objectives are unclear. You have to learn so much in that game to even enjoy it. I feel like I played Escape from Tarkov off and on for a couple of years, and I never fully got into that game because there was just so much you had to learn about the game to even start to enjoy it.
You know that
Where I
fan
feel
base is not toxic at
Yeah.
all. They're beautiful souls, and they love every person that tries to play their game.
Where I feel Arc Raiders tonally, it's a lot more accessible, and I feel it is opening up to more casual because there's less gear fear, because a lot of these games also they have restrictions on how many times you can go into a raid with a randomly spawning kit, basically. Escape from Tarkov, you can play as a scav, which you go in with random gun, not so good
Garbage.
and you can get out that way, but it's only
You got your black hefty bag, and it's just full of garbage.
Yeah, we're as in Arc Raiders, the UI is cleaner and simpler. You can see everything. You can also buildings are labeled with different rarities of stuff you can get there, and it's very clear about what your goal is as an extraction shooter. I feel whereas
Get the lemons.
yeah, and also with Escape from Tarkov, another problem that it had is that it had people build up these inventories, and then the last week before a reset, which were scheduled things that would happen where everybody's gear got wiped, people would just go crazy, which isn't really a fun gameplay loop, I don't think, where you're just stacking a bunch of things and then all at once having a bunch of cool guns in the game. Where in Arc Raiders, it the wipe is optional, right? Your free kits are free. You can do it no matter how many times, as many times as you want. And the goals for our graders feel more accessible and known without having to go on a YouTube tutorial for 3 hours at a time trying to figure out how economics work. So like I wanted to start off by comparing Arc Raiders. Do we think it's like the Fortnite of this generation? And if so, in extraction shooters, what do we think other comparison are to previous games? Like Escape from Tarkov, do we think that's the PUBG of extraction shooters? Do we think that like Darker and Darker falls into that category of being like
oh God.
previously?
Oh God.
Like there's like
Hated that
Hunt
game
Battle.
so much.
I feel like
hated that
if
game.
I were to compare them just off of my own experience, I feel like Hunt Showdown to me is like very like feels like H1Z1 was like the first main battle royale, but I feel like Hunt Showdown
Realm
has
Royale. That was the one that was set in the oldie times.
Hated that one too.
I feel like is similar in terms of like I don't know, some kind of level, but I feel mostly like PUBG and Escape from Tarkov for me makes sense to be like the most comparison because it was like the first one that sort of really went pretty big, but also has a lot of things that make it tonally not generic enough to hit the market.
So when you put the question forward of Arc Raiders, is it the Fortnite of extraction shooters? And I asked, what exactly does that mean? What did Fortnite do for battle royales?
Yeah.
And you were like, it was big, it's accessible, it got popular,
And then
whatever.
Everybody
blah, blah.
thought they needed a battle royale.
All of these things, right? Well, so this is what I wanted to say is like I think it's a start of a conversation for sure. I don't know if we have the exact answer yet, but the thing to bring up is that when Fortnite came out, battle royales sort of existed, right? But Fortnite didn't necessarily have any other real competition. And it was able to get really popular really fast. I think because its design stood out. It started as something that sort of like you had to pay for. You had to pay for Fortnite at first, and then you didn't have to pay for Fortnite. So it sort of had these constant changes of what it was, and then turned into this because it got so popular. It ramped up because of essentially like a Roblox craze, right? Like kids were jumping into it.
Well, yeah,
everybody was
sort of
getting
released around the same time that Twitch was really starting to pop off, and they sort of grew up together.
So the game
it's
itself,
because it wasn't afraid to shed these old like genre specific things that happen in battle royales, like being more forgiving and being more like tonally upbeat, and like it's not as like the maps are smaller, like it is just so very much like a not dumbed down, but
I
feel
would
like
say
more
that what Arc Raiders doesn't have that Fortnite does have is Fortnite does feel like it's more of an all audiences targeting game. Like it's
that's what I wanted to
meant
go into
for
as well.
any audience to be able to pick up and play. Whereas a game like Arc Raiders, it still feels like it's geared towards a mature audience.
It does feel like Arc Raiders does feel like it can be more of a mature audience, more of an experienced like shooter audience kind of thing. Not that kids aren't trying to play, because there's kids constantly watching it and be like, I want to play Arc Raiders now. But it costs money to get into rather than Fortnite being completely free, right? Sure. Now Fortnite, Fortnite when it came out, it had no other real like competition, so it grew really fast and it didn't have to continuously compete. But because it got so popular so fast, then everybody was like, we need to make a battle royale. Yeah. So then they just had to compete with new battle royales being made. So they constantly are having to change like whatever they were doing about their game optimization. And then very quickly, and this is what I fear for Arc Raiders, is they sold out really fast. They started making so many collaborations and skins being a huge thing and the battle passes. And now more or less Fortnite is like just a money grab. And like, compared to playing Fortnite when it first came out, I was in the Fortnite when it first came out.
I would argue that Fortnite is the most accurate novel to video game ever made because it's just Ready Player One.
That's really
I
funny.
guess my like
I think the game optimally wise, like playing like a good game, it was way better when it first came out to compared now. Like I think it's absolute. I think it's garbage.
I think
now.
that those events are what make it have its staying power. Like I like the skins and everything. I understand that, but like
They've got a fantastic art.
Is they add content.
Is it art though? They're just making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're just making the Predator. They're just making
they're not
whatever in their style.
They're redesigning them into the Fortnite style.
Yeah, but it's like there's no new design anymore.
Yes, there is. There's new guns. There's new epics. There's new things for you to do in the battle royale that change how
their own
play
character models get new skins. And...
I'm not even talking about the skins, just like the weapons, and most of the time they add like changes to the map and stuff that add some of these things with big collaboration.
I still think Fortnite is not the same game it used to be at all.
For sure,
anymore.
but
like it's gotten worse. It's not.
My main
gotten
question,
better.
like what I want to answer here on this podcast, is like, do we think going forward, extraction shooters are going to be made more like Arc Raiders than predecessors?
So that's the next part I wanted to come out with was that Arc Raiders is coming out at a time where it does have competition. It has tons of competition coming out. You've got Marathon. You have
that's not competition.
It's an extraction shooter that's coming out that is its competition at the same time.
Yeah, but that's a new. What you're saying is it's a new one. That's a new thing it has to compete with, and also.
But they've been competing since Marathon was supposed to come out next year and last year it didn't come out
because people played the beta and it was doo doo.
Right, but what I'm saying is that Arc Raiders has way more of the same competition, so it has a harder time than it did for Fortnite. Fortnite got $1 million loan from their daddy, and Arc Raiders had to work up from the bottom, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
So the difference is that Arc Raiders is having to work harder than Fortnite did. But I'm not saying that Arc Raiders isn't doing a great job, because right now it is the most popular extraction shooter. Like, you never really saw stuff about the other extraction shooters. Like, there was never really a lot of content.
Oh, we were playing DMZ and people would be like, what's that?
Yeah, exactly. But Arc Raiders is so wildly popular, like Fortnite. So even when you set it to a grandma, they'll be like, oh, my kids played the Fortnite.
Do you watch Peanut?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you say Arc Raiders, you hear Peanut, you hear Goop, all this garbage,
that's big,
right?
Having like a big sort of streaming presence.
I feel like that helped as well, just because Peanut was an Escape from Tarkov player,
right?
Like
he switched to Arc Raiders.
What I'm saying is like same thing that happened with PUBG is that these creators that were good creators ended up in a more accessible games that people watching can understand, like easier just off the rip. It really made it boom. I feel like Peanut is the ninja.
Yeah, I was gonna.
He's the ninja of Arc Raider, or whatever. But my fear is the fact that I was trying to make that Fortnite was amazing when it first came out, and now it just feels like absolute garbage slop. Like, I don't even think it plays as good as it used to.
No, that's
I'm afraid
anything that goes on, man. Like, eventually,
same like Call of Duty, everything, it just gets worse and worse and worse. But that's what I'm afraid for Arc Raiders.
They don't innovate.
I'm excited for Arc Raiders because it's so good right now, but can they keep that revenue stream of like skins and battle passes without selling out?
Arc Raiders has one big boon in this area where they can make a bunch of different maps. You can always go back and play the other maps, the OG maps.
They do have different maps. That is a big.
Keep adding new maps to add more content, and they can add new arc. PvE is a huge part to Arc Raiders. People can play Arc Raiders 1,000 different ways. You can only play Fortnite one way.
Pretty much.
You can turn on building and you can
turn off building.
Yeah. But like with Arc Raiders, I feel like there's so many different ways you can play that game and have a great time. Like, you can be a PvE player, you can be a PvP player, you can be one of those people who go in and role play. You can there's just so much you can do in that game, and they can always come out with like a different kind of big arc boss or event, like the bunker, that will have you in a different gameplay loop looking for a new thing. My biggest worry for Arc Raiders is that they need to make more things to chase eventually. Like, there's still so much content that people can play through right now. Like, I know the streamers they're playing like 18 hours a day, and so of course they're like they have everything. Like,
and every time
they've
you
gone through all
you
of the content.
have to drop one of those big patches like that too, you run the risk of things breaking, your audience getting mad at you, having to go back in an emergency hot fix everything.
I will say one of the things about Arc Raiders that drew me to it was its story of like we're all fighting against the Ark. But I hate
there's some people that are like, but I'm also fighting against you.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Arc
Fallout,
Raiders.
baby.
That's the one thing about Arc Raiders I hate is PvP. Like, I mean, sure, there's an understanding to it, but the whole premise of this game is that the Ark took over. We're trying to fight against the Ark. So I would love to see events where we are supposed to work together on the map to fight a big boss or something.
I mean, those are in the game.
Yeah,
I just
the
love,
mother load or whatever.
For me, I love the
like,
aspect of like I'm looking out for me and my own.
I hear sometimes that a bunch of people are trying to fight the mother load, and then someone throws a grenade.
A wolf
the
pack.
Matriarch.
Yeah.
Mother load.
The Matriarch or the Queen. I can't remember the two of them. I haven't fought either of them yet. I want to go in with a team of 3.
Another thing about Arc Raiders too, to sort of, because of its success, because when you look at its predecessors, a lot of them, like Escape from Tarkov is free, right?
No.
Or no? How much is Escape from Tarkov?
It was like $20, I think, when I bought it.
$20.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So, Arc Raiders is $40, and
worth every goddamn penny.
$40 is a pretty good entry point, and to be able to, and like I was just saying, my thing of scared was, will they be able to keep their revenue throughout by like not selling out for skins and being able to come up with content and blah 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 blah. But also because they weren't free, they're not increasingly having to depend on microtransaction because their price point of $40 is
Helldivers model.
Yeah, it's less than a like AAA title price, but it's more than a free game, right? So $40 is sort of that hit point. But also the question, I think another question to ask is, is that the formula? Did they hit that right price? The reason why I say that is because when you look at games like Marathon that are about to come out, they originally had talked about that game being $60 to $80. And now it's $40, and now it's $40.
I feel like they're going to copy a bunch of things off of Arc Raiders. Not all the way. And I do think that Marathon might capture like some of the same audience, but not in a competitive way, because I feel like
it feels like Apex
Marathon
Legends.
I feel like it's the Apex Legends of that I think that's a great way to phrase it, because you have these different classes or frames they're saying like that you can go in on, and they have different abilities. So it feels very, to me, Apex
Legends.
I'm excited to try it when it comes out, but I feel like Arc Raiders, if they keep adding content and if they keep making the wipe system better and better, like, because they happen, I think it's like once every couple of months, I think it's the wipe system now. And the first one, you just got perks, you got more perk points so you could fill out your tree, like you could have more, and you got, I believe, a skin, and you got more stash slots, which are all good things. But I feel like people were wanting a little bit more, so I feel like as they go on, those will maybe get better and better or whatever. But yeah, I don't feel like Arc Raiders is going anywhere at any time soon.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like there's any less popularity going on through Arc Raiders. But I think that's like the big thing to have to realize here is that when Fortnite came out, it didn't really have any competition, and it got so popular so fast. It was essentially like the Michael Jordan of battle royales.
Back to the talking point, because like besides Marathon coming out, what other competition do they really have? Like,
I had a list.
You think about their predecessors, and they're not even close to being able to compete with them, I don't think. Hunt Showdown is like a mix between battle royale and extraction shooter, and it has its very niche group. Other than that, like Escape from Tarkov, you're always going to get a 50-year-old Russian playing Escape from Tarkov.
I think
Arena Breakout, Level 0, Active Matter, Marathon, obviously, and the Forever Winter and Delta Force is also, well, Delta Force is a mobile one, but the Forever Winter is the same people that made PUBG, so that's the other like big competitor too coming.
I don't know.
But Arc Raiders. Again, what I'm saying is, like, when Fortnite came out, there wasn't competitors for a while. Arc Raiders came out, it got really big, but the competitors are coming quick.
Yeah, that's true.
There was an attempt. An attempt was made at when Fortnite first got popular.
Yes. But that's like they did so well so quick, and like it was so different.
There were many Fortnite clones.
Yeah.
Available
I will say
for...
Apex Legends, we just mentioned a second ago, is a good honorable mention because that did get really popular really quick. It's
People
still
play Apex.
but I will say it definitely has way less concurrent players
For
than it
sure.
did when it came out.
Mhm.
Like I don't even remember the last like
But
actual
they keep adding champions.
like yeah, I have heard they keep adding champions. Like it was definitely good when it came out, and it might still be good to. It might be one of those ones that I wouldn't say is garbage now still.
And I think it has a decent competitive scene as well.
But they also haven't done any collabs, so they have stayed tried and true to what they are lore wise, and haven't
They
like
collab with
sold
Titanfall
out.
all the time.
Bro, they're the same company, the same world. Anyway.
I've been liking all the skins in Apex, or not Apex, Arc Raiders.
Yeah,
I
that's
just got
yes.
another one, and the currency doesn't feel out of reach to like. Well, of course,
It's got a very
I'm almost level
Helldivers model.
75, but
It's
like,
got a very Helldivers
I
model
just
for
bought the
currency, which is
astronaut
nice.
bundle, so
Oh,
now I can be
nice.
the astronaut or the samurai.
Nice. I do like their skins a lot, and that's what I was saying. If they continue with that stuff too, like, I like it's like I just said, it's got the Helldivers model, and Helldivers is really great too for that. Like you don't have to pay money; you can earn it, and that's fantastic for a game that I had to pay for as well. Like that's great, meaning they really don't need to survive off those microtransactions. Until it starts being where you're like you can't earn it anymore, then there must be a struggle.
I think also it's been very healthy for the game industry that we got Claire Obscura, Silk Song, Arc Raiders like back to back.
Yeah.
Because look at all the AAA people backing off.
Yeah.
Like Marathon was going to come out, it was going to be broken, and it was going to be $80.
And then they were like, "Ooh,
also trash."
So yeah, they gave it a whole nother like year for development. They redid a bunch of stuff, and it's only $40 instead of $80.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, this is just a rinse repeat.
Oh, oops! The people
Going,
know that we were lying. Oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm excited. One thing for Marathon is if it's Bungie, like I'm excited if there's bosses. I feel like they do bosses really well.
Yeah,
coming from Destiny. So like that's one thing I'm excited about for Marathon when I try it. But I feel like Arc Raiders, in terms of social aspects, I don't think anything is going to come close anytime soon for social.
It would be really interesting if they had a social hub.
I would love, because we were just talking about Arc Raiders having a social hub, and it doesn't. A social hub for Arc Raiders would be cool. So that would make Marathon really different. If they did the same formula as Arc but gave it a social hub, that would seriously make it stand out.
Because like Arc Raiders, the social is not even just in the social. The reason why people want a social hub in Arc Raiders is because the social aspect of the game is so big.
Yeah.
In general, while you're playing it, like the worlds feel.
It would be super cool to just be in Speranza and be like, "Can I please have a lemon? I'll give you this rare thing."
Yes, exactly. Because right now the social hub is out in the world getting shot in the head and being like, "You son of a."
Joey heard me the other day. Not this past one. I got fucking shot all the time.
Oh yeah, that last when you were doing that night.
I was hanging with people and just chilling.
So
taking out big arc.
You have to get lucky, but if there were a social hub, like Joey just said, being able to like do trades and stuff, especially for like the lore of what the game is, having a social hub where you can like trade things with people or like sell things. RuneScape had the oh my gosh, help me. The place where you could go.
World Hub,
it's not called that. It was called like the trade something.
I don't.
But you could go there, and all around the world, people could put stuff up for sale, and like you could, you know what I mean? Like that was a huge part of that, and why not add that to Arc Raiders for all the stuff that are so hard to find? Well, actually, people do that. They're selling things on eBay, but
for all the shit that 76 gets for being broken and stuff, it's got such a healthy community, and I think it's all because of I can turn PvP off.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten into a fight with somebody in Fallout 76. No,
Pussy boys.
There's no need to.
I'm in the wasteland. War never changes.
There's so much more to worry about than the other player. Like,
especially in 76.
Yeah, like,
but I want to we're gonna talk 76 on an upcoming episode because I'm gonna fight for it being better than Fallout 4.
But I do think they're doing seasonal events in Arc Raiders, which is another thing that I feel like is helping the longevity of the game and maybe making it more of like a Fortnite thing. Is like there's weekly trials that you can hit to like get stuff.
I just hate that it gets so competitive in an event. Like if I'm gonna do the event, I play Arc Raiders to not be super aggressive. Like I just want to go in, find some stuff, and leave.
You need to play more often to get into those lobbies. Like if you just go in randomly and you're like, okay, this is the first time I played in a couple of weeks.
Oh no, when I'm by myself, it's fine. Like
it's just gonna send you into an algorithm where it's just like you might be in a violent one, you might be in a calm one, but if you like play, because it's not based.
Whenever we play with you,
it's not based. That's bullshit.
It's not. I've only ever died with you.
We played twice.
We played like 6 times.
The algorithm, like, it will send you in servers based on like recent match history. So like,
if
you're
that
aggressive,
argument, then look at the server we got on RV there yet. Bears everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Hair happens every time. It's a scripted event.
Multiple times.
But I don't know. I think that Arc Raider is special compared to even what is ever going to come out, or like at least in the next couple years, where it's just like the social aspect and the ways you can play that game are so varied from player to player. If you want a PvP, you can PvP and be successful. If you want a PvE, you can PvE and be successful. If you just want to just randomly go around and loot, you can do that. You can just do runs and just loot.
Run to Jabba's Palace 8 times in a row.
Unless you play with Carter.
No, not true. All the time.
What other talking points
I
do you have?
remember the first time that we played with Carter, we just ran to Jabba's Palace and looted.
Sit like 8 times in a row.
You only had the base map, and we spawned next to it like 5 of the times we spawned.
And I was like, can we please go do something else so I can learn this map? No, we have to go to Jabba's Palace.
There's only a certain amount of time.
You have to climb up here and get this thing. I can't climb up there.
Bad.
Yeah, that was a skill issue.
That was a skill issue.
Lex got up there the first try.
I just didn't care. When I couldn't do it 3 times, I was like, I don't care. I don't want to go up there.
It didn't invent the extraction shooter genre. It made it readable and accessible.
Breedable.
What?
It made it breedable.
You made him say it twice. Why would you do that?
Like to reiterate, Arc Raiders, I feel like the way it's reinventing almost, or like it's making clearer UI and objectives. The progression is a lot smoother than some of these other extraction shooter games, and it has better onboarding for new players. There's tutorial, there's these quests that get you started and get you into the mechanics of the game.
The tutorial teaches you to kill people while they're trying to
and
do
it doesn't
stuff.
feel like it removes skill. I feel like sometimes when they make it more open to other, like a mass amount of people, it feels like, oh, they're just babying it down to appeal to everybody, where it feels like Arc Raiders, if you're playing if you want to be aggressive and if you want to use your skill in a shooter, you can do that, but also you don't have to engage in that. Yeah, what do you guys have to say while I read the rest of my notes?
So I can agree that it's more accessible than other extraction shooters. I definitely feel like other extraction shooters suffer from the learn it on your own, and I hate that. However, I will say Arc Raiders still has a bit of you need to learn this and I won't tell you how to do it thing to it, which...
Are we going to hold your hand and jack you off too? Like, what?
Read your notes while I have my own opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I remember the first time loading in and playing, I was like, guys, how do I... And you're like, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't do that. How do I... So it was very difficult to learn, like building stuff for your room and like being able to realize what items you need to be able to do those things. And then, so in order to learn that, you have to actually, like, if you don't know about like your stash, you're immediately like, guys, I can't actually carry things. And then, well, you have to upgrade your stash. Oh, well, how do I upgrade my stash?
Just
and
take
then
2 seconds to look around. Sorry, my bad. No, continue. I'm sorry.
The point I'm making is that there are parts of the game that are integral in order for you to succeed that it does not teach you and forces you to have to just learn. However, I loved the quest portions. That did let me be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go kill some robots. Oh, when I kill robots, I get stuff. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, how do I... Oh, that's how I get my quests. Okay, I'll turn in my quests. Oh, I got things from that quest. What were those things? Oh, I don't know. So I land back in again, and then I'm like, oh, okay, so I learn... Okay, so here's my loadouts, because I earned a bunch of stuff. But then eventually I'm like, well, now I don't know what to do because my inventory's full, apparently. I can't build anything because I can't bring anything back with me. And it doesn't teach you that, so you have to learn that. So there's just a couple of things that are like, you have to learn it on your own in order to succeed more. But I do love the fact that early on, I was like, oh, I want to do quests. I see I have quests. I want to do quests. That lets me like have a goal to reach towards. And if a game doesn't have goals to reach towards, then I'm like, I don't want to fucking play this because I'm just mindlessly doing nothing. Mm-hmm. But having the goals makes it more accessible because I feel like there is something... There's a clear defined
Hunter
thing
won't play Repo
I have to achieve
anymore.
I hate Repo now. I really do. Like, it's just so boring. Like, I can play one playthrough, and then once we all die, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore.
He hates fun.
It's not even fun anymore. It's not. When it first came out... You
gotta make your own fun.
When it first came out and we were playing it, so hysterical. Absolutely lost my mind playing that game. It was so funny. And then it just very, very quickly became not funny anymore. And I'm just like, okay, let's push the thing. Okay, carry this stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, it killed me. Okay. I'm back up.
Both
okay.
of you, I think so.
Like, it's
good.
just not...
I can't wait to die in a lobby with them on my body.
No, wait, what?
Do you have a safe pocket stuff?
Yeah, you didn't. What's your opinion about the accessibility?
They're not ableist.
I thought you were gonna be like, seems fun.
It's great.
What are your next? Go ahead.
How much time?
You got one
I
more.
never get to level up my chicken. More. That's all I know.
You'll never upgrade your chicken.
No, because no one will let me get out with a lemon.
Lemon, yep.
Unless I stuff it up my ass.
Unless you stuff it up your ass.
See, if I could buy a lemon, that would be...
I feel like Arc Raiders, one of my final points is like, I feel like Arc Raiders is the type of game where it doesn't feel like it is going to erase any other battle royale or extraction shooter. Like, it doesn't erase the people who still love to play Escape from Tarkov.
The only other extraction shooter I love to play, the company that made it erased it, so...
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to erase Marathon when it comes out, as long as people are making different extraction shooters. I just think it's going to bring a lot more eyes, like the way Fortnite did, to the genre, and make a lot more well-made extraction shooters that are different. If that like, it's going to expand the genre so much just by like
it's a measuring post.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So I love that because I love extraction shooters. I played Escape from Tarkov. I wasn't very good at it because I didn't have the time to dump 40 hours a week into learning how to play that game.
But now he does for Arc Raiders.
I've only have like 200 hours in the game.
Yeah, and 150 of those are date night. Okay.
But well, it's because I didn't have to spend that barrier to entry to play Arc Raiders that I feel like I can spend so much time because I know what I'm doing. I know what my goal is, like you said. And also, like, it feels like I don't lose everything every time I lose a loadout or something like that. Like, whether or not I can just jump in as a free kit and have some fun on free kit for a couple of hours. Whether it's I just have to build my guns again and they're not that hard to get the materials. Like, it takes a run or two to get the same gun you had when you lost it. So I don't feel as bad when I, like, have my tier 4 guns and I lose a gunfight. All my shit is gone. I can just like load into some free loadouts, get some more materials, make them again, level them up over a few runs, and then have them again, and then have fun with those until I lose them again.
That's how extraction shooters work.
But I feel like it does it in the best way where it doesn't feel like I just lost this gun forever. Where that's where it feels
it doesn't feel that way when you lose like the pink blueprint that you're trying to escape with, though.
There's a lot of things to learn. Like, I love a learning curve because it makes me feel like there's also a goal is like learning, like, as long as it's not too difficult of a barrier to entry and doesn't take like a million hours to learn the game, like you can go into a specific map because each map has its own pool of blueprints that it has, and like you can find that blueprint again, or you can find that thing again, and it doesn't take forever to get those things unless it's like the rarest gun in the game the Bobcat, then yeah, that's gonna be the rarest blueprint. And if you die with that on your body, like that thumbs the brakes. I don't know.
It's getting animated. He doesn't like that. I don't like to die with blueprint.
Oh, I don't like to die either. I hate dying.
That's a part of the game. I love it.
I hate it more than anything.
It adds that adrenaline when you have like 100.
I love how he says it adds the adrenaline, but the adrenaline is me going, do, 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 picking daisies, coach.
You're not insta dead.
It's insta dead every time. I've never not insta dead. Wow. Actually, it's more like it's more cool. Oh god!
Like as soon as it reveals like the gambling slots and you see the perfect item that you've been looking for and you put it in your inventory and that creeping fear of losing it on you, like losing it and having to find it again, that's like
I'd almost rather leave it there.
That's like a drug. That's a drug.
I'll leave it there. I'll be like,
trying to get too much. When I'm overweight and I'm trying to get there, that's
somebody's already gotten 5 of that pink blueprint and they murder you for that. And they're like, oh,
number
nice.
8. 8.
But yeah, I
see you have 1 lemon on you too.
Take that as well. All right. So the question you set forth was,
is Arc Raider doing what Fortnite did to battle royales to the extraction shooter genre?
Okay. Do you feel like there's an answer?
Yeah, I just said that I think that they've got the new bar to measure against.
You think it's just so I think that it's okay. So you just think it's the new measure to. Is it more of a yes then for you?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's very good at what it's doing, and it's popular enough that people are recognizing it. It will really come down to its staying power and whether or not it has the impact that Fortnite has had.
Yeah.
Okay. My answer is I don't think there's enough evidence yet. I don't think there's a definitive answer to yes or no, but I think it's closer to yes than no. It's just not. I don't think there's a
Oh
and
my
if you
God!
Want to come down,
pull the fence post out of
and
your
if
ass.
you want to give Arc Raiders a try to maybe come up with this answer yourself,
I was reading what he was showing. I was distracted by Kevin trying to talk about what I was talking about.
You can always come down to Checkpoint Gaming Lounge and try out Arc Raiders.
Not even at the end yet.
Maybe
Kev.
decide for yourself. But I feel, or what were you saying? You were saying there's not enough evidence?
I was just saying there wasn't enough evidence yet to say whether that question had a definitive yes or no yet. But I feel like it's on its way to being a yes.
You can play it on PC or PS5? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But, yeah.
And then what's your definitive? Do you have an answer?
I think that I agree with Hunter, but I think that there's enough to say I think it has the best chance that we've seen so far. And also it does enough things socially where I would say yes, but I'm excited to see if they live up to that with future updates and maps and such.
Yeah.
Like I could see Arc Raiders burning out if they just like dumpster fire the next 5 updates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
sure.
if it's not entertaining to kill the new arc or the new map sucks, I feel like it could die. It is early enough for that to happen, but I feel like it's hit a certain point where they have a few updates to fuck around, to screw around with, and see like what people want.
Well, guys, tell us what you think. Thank you for watching Older and Dumber, the podcast about 3 dumb friends trying to make it on this planet we call
Earth.
Oh, I think you guys are gonna go Speranza this time.
Speranza. It is on Earth.
Speranza's under the Earth.
It's in
but always, guys,
Italy, I think, is where it's all based.
Yeah. But as always, thank you to our sponsor, Checkpoint Gaming Lounge, where you guys could actually try out Arc Raiders for yourselves. You can play on PS5 or PS5 or PS5.
PS5 or PC.
PS5 or PC, or you can even try out any of the other games that we had talked about. Apex Legends, Fortnite, Escape from Tarkov, all that kinds of stuff.
Maybe not Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov.
Maybe not Tarkov. Screw that game, right? But you can give this game a try, and you can let us know what you think as well, you know? And you don't have to pay the $40 entrance because they already have it, so you can come play it.
You can play for like 10 or something. I forget what the hourly rate
Exactly. You can pay
schedule a party,
a fourth of the price, or schedule a party, yeah. But anyway, that's at the Arnott Mall in Horseheads, New York. Checkpoint Gaming Lounge. Tell them the boys sent you. It gets you no benefit whatsoever, but it would be cool.
Can't wait for T2C2 where I just sneak in here and play Arc Raiders for a couple hours.
Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you
next time.
One more time. Say it to the camera.
Next time.
on the next raid.
On the next Speranza. Dipshits, it's me, Joey, aka Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Eagle Eagle. We're
Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew. Be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
So Dipshits, mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of Older and Dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black. On my stand. Fade to black.